In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the tactical ways to move through the first 30 days of a freshly opened or founded CPS case. Disclaimer, my theory can't work if you're not fighting your own ass off and taking advantage of everything you can to help your own situation. Remember, I don't know you and I don't know your situation. This plan, these steps, they're based on my experiences in the system and my own research in the middleware, which is the software interface that actually controls your outcome. I've broken into the mind of the beast to see how we look through its eyes. I've copied its methodology and logic, and this is what I found. So in the first 30 days of the beast, it's already decided that you're its prey. It's predicted your whole path, and not because anyone knows your family, but because the beast has data gates, always feeding on your information through public services and gateways. Public schools, assisted housing, state medical insurance, any assistant form that you've ever filled out, and possibly your parents as well. So logged records, human eyes, plus software, always logging patterns to build a narrative. If you move sloppy, you feed it. But if you move deliberate, you can starve it. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a lawyer. I'm an overfostered, unadopted, aged-out foster care survivor translating the backend, the psychology, and the playbook into moves that can actually help. If you're struggling with addiction or untreated mental health, hear me. It's my opinion that you can't trick this machine. You can't stay unsafe. It will destroy you. So get help that heals you. You can use these services, but if your situation is unknown to CPS at this time, only you can begin to retrain your mind and habits. I can listen, and I can point to a few resources, but I can't give medical advice. And I most certainly do not condone risky lifestyles where a child is unnecessarily in the line of fire, harm, danger, neglect. So what are they actually watching? It's not love, it's variables. It's responsiveness, consistency, stability, alignment with the plan. Think of it like signal detection. They don't want to miss true danger, so they'll crank up the sensitivity to high, which means false alarms on normal life. And once the first referral lands, the file forms a prior. That's called anchoring. And confirmation bias starts pulling every new note towards the original story. That's why your first month has to flood the record with clean, boring facts. Psych reality check. Authority distorts behavior. Look up Milgram if you want the lab version. Groups push conformity. Look up ASH if you want the line test. In case staffing or court, you're walking into both at once. And here's how you counter without turning it into a fight. You set your own anchor first. Short opener and writing before any meeting. So write one paragraph and then write down your housing is verified, your work schedule attached, support network name, transportation plan, child routines. No excuses, just facts. When people read a confident first frame, their brains lean there. This is anchoring working for you, not against you. And expect that they'll also be warm, not just tough. Friendly voice, helper energy, inside language. This is rapport mining. In therapy, they call it unconditional positive regard. In influence science, it's the reciprocity and commitment. And in interrogation tactics, it's the soft approach that gets you talking. Don't bite. Use the white glove script. Thank you for explaining. Please put the request and success criteria in writing. Which policy or court order requires this? I will follow the plan as written. You stay respectful, unexcited, and always route back to writing. Get it in the file. Do not allow hallway talk. You want deeper psych? Here. Othello error. Innocent, anxious people look guilty while calm, practiced liars look honest. If your nervous system runs hot, label it up front. I speak fast when I'm anxious. It does not mean that I'm hiding anything. That single sentence prevents an anxiety spike from being reinterpreted as deceit. Horn effect is next. One messy first impression poisons everything that follows. So fix it with the stability snapshot that I just told you to send. Halo your strengths on page 1, so small glitches are read as noise, not character. Also, expect the old divide and conquer. They will try to split most parents. This is triangulation. The Cartman drama triangle. They cast one of you as the victim, one as a problem, and themselves as the rescuer. You beat it with unity protocol, not romance structure. Never speak about the other partner's personality. Only child needs, schedules, safety steps. Use stock lines. I'll not speculate about the other parent. Here's the child's routine and my part of it. And on the software side, expect the Pygmalion effect. That's low expectations create low readings. Flip it with measurable micro wins. In week 1, all events attended on time. Week 2, written reflection after each service. 2 sentences max, what you learned and what you'll practice. Week 3, third-party verification from a neutral, employer, landlord, counselor, not a cousin. And on week 4, a weekly summary email, bullets only, attendance, next week's schedule, and any barriers named with the solution. This is how a growth trajectory becomes undeniable in the log. Now, mind control theory without the tinfoil. Undue influence uses 4 levels: isolate, control information, control behavior, and control emotions. You'll see versions of all 4. Counter isolation by widening documented support. Choose safe adults who can transport, observe visits, or co-sign routine. Counter information control by requesting every expectation in writing and asking what success looks like in measurable terms. Counter behavior control with calendar discipline. Let the calendar, not your mood, decide your movement. And counter emotional control with meta communication. I'm frustrated, I'll respond in writing tomorrow. But then do it. You do not hand them a hot clip. Other parent specific, the caseworker says, "We're worried the other parent is derailing you." That's a classic wedge. Your line should be something like, "I'm focused on my task and my child's stability. If there are concerns about the other parent, please direct them to counsel in writing. I'm available to coordinate drop-offs and routines exactly as ordered." Repeat. No gossip, no diagnosis, only orders and routine. If they push again, say, "I'm keeping boundaries to protect the case. Please send specifics in writing." That is how you stop the bleed without looking defensive. You want therapy level grounding? Polyvagal language helps. When you feel your heart spike, name it. "My body is in fight mode right now. I'll answer after a 5-minute reset." Drink some water, look at the 4 corners of the room, and reread the plan. Then reply in 2 sentences. People might think this is soft, but it's not. This is complete control. You're actually preventing the Othello error, the Horn effect, and the confirmation bias all at once. Now, metrics aren't neutral. Campbell's law says when a metric becomes a target, it corrupts the system. Reunification timelines, service completions, attendance stats, they push behavior in weird ways. Your move is not to rant about metrics. Your move is to beat them with boring excellence. You'll not be the story. Your child's routine will be the story. Now, some words to dodge because they light up risk mapping. Overwhelmed, can't, forget, hate, corrupt. Replace them with operational phrasing. "I need the plan in writing. I can attend at 10 or 2. Please confirm." I'm addressing transportation by using bus route 12 and a rideshare backup. I understand the skill being taught. I'll practice it this week. Every sentence solves or schedules. No venting in the record. If you're in real crisis, say so. In the right way. "I need clinical help and I'm arranging it. Here is my appointment date and here's my safety plan for the child during treatment." This is how you tell the truth without collapsing your case. I will never tell you to fake wellness. I will tell you to anchor safety in writing so that the file doesn't have to guess. Even if you have everything together, don't relax. TPR can still happen. One anchor allegation plus a few sloppy weeks and anchoring bias does the rest. You beat it by being aggressively ordinary, on time, in writing, predictable, unexciting. 5 minutes a day on the paper trail saves you months in court. And the final guardrails? I'm not teaching anyone to manipulate the system so they can keep living in ways that endanger their kids. If you're using, if you're violent, if you're untreated, stop. Get help and protect your child. If you're fighting for your family and willing to move right, these tactics are your seatbelt. I understand life's struggles and I don't judge them. I'm surviving them myself. I can listen and I can point you to help that heals if you do the work. But in the first 30 days, you must move like every word becomes code, because it does. So pretend you don't know the game. Act brand new, polite, grateful, and relentless about writing. Repeat until the file reads one thing: stable parent, safe child, positive trajectory. And that's how you walk through the first month without feeding the beast. Not by being perfect, but being precise.
Hi, Reality. I'm with CPS. I'm following up on a call. Do you have a second we can step inside and have a chat?